Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Today I have to say that this video is of grave importance because it contains information that is vital to the national security interest of Jamaica. I have gotten wind that there is planned a massive jailbreak from the Central Police Station lockup in downtown Kingston. That is Central Kingston Divisional headquarters. Now I'm going to feed as much information as I can in this video in the hope that the authorities will see it and the situation can be curtailed. But before I go into that, I need to refer to another incident which is also, I think, of grave national interest. And that is that on Sunday, February 18th, there was a shooting on the premises of the St. Andrew South Divisional headquarters, which is the Hunts Bay Police Station at 3 miles. A man was shot and killed on top of the Hunts Bay Police Station lockup. He was seen putting things, contraband, through the bars, handing over to the prisoners. And as we know, anything could have gone in, not just food and drinks. Knives, hacksaws, even guns could have gone in through those bars. Luckily, the man was seen by an alert police officer, and that police officer engaged him. And it resulted in a firefight, and the man was shot. He was a shootout, basically. And as usual, it's the police who won. The man was killed on the roof. He had 2 accomplices, and the 2 accomplices ran away and leave him onto another premises and escaped. They scaled back the wall onto the roof of a building that is situated at 174A Spanish Town Road and back onto the street. That is between what is rather a auto mechanic shop establishment and a wholesale called Mr. Good Price. And they went back onto the street and they crossed the road and run back into Payne Avenue, or a community round there known as Payneland. And it is found that this young man who was actually shot dead, he is actually from that same community. So he has people living in Tavares Gardens that they call Back to. I'm trying to get his name, but so far I've not gotten his name. But when I get the name, I will be passing it on to you guys so you can know who he was. It just shows the level to which crooks will go to achieve their aims and to circumvent the system. Now, if we look at the Portia Simpson Miller Square, and you see that right on the corner, there's a Texaco gas station, and following the Texaco gas station, if you go down Marcus Garvey Drive, next to the Texaco gas station, or behind it, as you would say, is the Hunts Bay Police Station. And if you go look to the back of Hunts Bay, there are some shops which are the face on Spanish Town Road, that has the back of those shops, those premises, to the Hunts Bay lockup. So it is easy for anybody to come from the front and enter those business places into the courtyards, go down to the back, jump on the walls and the fence or on the roof, and just go over onto the police station premises. So I think they need to do something about that and raise those bars higher. Now, I have no reason to believe at this point that there were policemen involved in any way in facilitating this. So I will not at this point say the policemen were definitely involved in facilitating this act. So all I'm saying is there is a security breach there which the police need to examine and do their best to see if they can prevent a recurrence. Now, guys, on to the big story. It has gotten from a reliable source, I've gotten to understand that a jailbreak is being planned for Sunday the 25th of February. This has been several weeks in the planning, and it is now at the point where it is going to happen. It is said that 9 prisoners, 9 detainees, people who are on remand for gun crimes, these are all scums of the earth. And 9 of them have paid, have paid $250,000 each to be busted out of jail. And they are all going to be doing it one time. And the reason why it is going to happen on the Sunday the 25th is perfectly timed. Because on the 26th, it's going to be the local government elections. It will be held on that day. Now, we can understand that the roster for policemen is going to be a bit different from the ordinary, because they would want to have as many policemen as possible in bed resting on Sunday night so they can move out in the morning to provide the level of security that is required on election day. So basically, most police stations would be cut to skeleton staff on a night like that, just so that they can facilitate the day, as some people will be doing double shifts who run the night and still will have to work in the day to facilitate the election. And of course, this would seem like a very opportune time for them to try, because security would normally be a bit lax, as would happen every night on the eve of an election. It is being planned that some bars will be cut, and I heard that the people will be allowed to escape through those bars and go about their business. Now, basically, $2.5 million a head at 9 heads. If you do the maths, that is $22.5 million. Now, normally you would have 3 or 4 men on the block at nights, because it's lockdown. You just need somebody to just do hourly checks or whatever. So normally it's maybe 3 people or 4. But let's say it's 3 officers, and these 3 officers are involved. Although, of course, somebody very high up and in a khaki clothes could also be involved. Who knows? Let's assume, for the sake of this discussion, that is just the 3 officers on duty. $22.5 million split 3 ways is $7.5 million. If my maths is correct. And that, who would refuse that? Let's face it. It's called money. And money around the world. Now, I'm going to say this. I hear that one of the persons involved is a senior police officer. When I say senior, not senior in rank, but senior in service. Has a lot of service, long service. But he is still a constable. I'm not quite sure how many years he has done, but he has done maybe upwards of 15 years, maybe 18, maybe 20, I'm not sure. But I know he has done many, many years. And he has done exemplary service. His service cannot be questioned. And this man has been passed up for promotion on countless occasions. And he has gotten disgruntled. And I hear that this individual probably has something to do with the planning and coordination of this issue. Now, I am not going to even condemn this man, if you want me to put it another way. Because here is what. And let me segue a bit. You cannot have a man say, well, let us say 15 years. Because this man might have done 20, I don't know, or whatever. But let's say 15 years. You can't have a good policeman in the force for 15 years and don't even get a promotion. And it's the truth. And you know why I'm going to say this? Sometimes these policemen get demoralized. They are demoralized. You understand me? Because they wonder, oh, you can be in a work 20 years. Make me exaggerate. Let me go 20 years then. And people see you and know you're a policeman and you don't even have a stripe. How it look? It look to everybody around you like you're a waster. Oh, how long did you do in the force? Oh, I was in there for 25 years. I was there for 30 years. And what? And when you leave what rank you were, I was still a constable. Like, really? No, I said that to say this. In about 1990, or thereabouts, the Jamaica Constabulary Force cut out 2 ranks. I think it was assistant superintendent and acting corporal. Now, let me tell you something. You see, if a policeman do 10 years or 15 years and him have like a one stripe, which at the time, remember, you know, Jamaica had a paramilitary force. It is not a civilian police force. Jamaica has a paramilitary force. And a paramilitary force demands ranks. Because, for example, in Britain and in Germany, which has civilian police force, and Ireland, the lowest rank is sergeant. That's the lowest rank. That works for them. Ours, as a paramilitary force, you need to have people getting ranks because police in Jamaica is a career. It's a career. And you can't be in a career for 15, 20 years and you don't move up in no way, shape, or form. You get demoralized and you will hurt your own organization that you work with out of deep resentment because you're demoralized. And I think if they don't even bring back the ASP rank, I think they should bring back the acting corporal rank and give anybody over 15 years service, make sure them get a little one stripe on him shoulder. It might not mean much to everybody, but you know, our constable who are the 20 years, we feel good him like a one stripe. And if from an administrative standpoint, it will not even affect the whole command structure. It won't even affect the command structure because a lot of constable, senior service constable, are acting in the position of an acting corporal because sometimes they have 2 or 3 men under their command, or 4 men under their command because they are senior in service. So having an acting corporal rank for a man who has even trained up to the sergeant level, nothing wrong with that. I think they should bring it back. Now that I've segued, get that out of the way, I think the High Command should look into that, but let's move on. That particular individual who seems to be stage managing this thing, I hear that his wife lives overseas and he's going to resign and go and live with her overseas. Not quite sure this individual is even stationed at Central Police Station, but he might be stationed elsewhere to what I'm hearing. But he is the one who's stage managing the whole thing from afar. Now, a man like this, even if you indict him or you put him on suspension or interdiction, it doesn't matter to him because here is what. He has his 7.5 million or whatever portion is his cut, and he doesn't care because he is moving on with his life because this man is demoralized. So the force, the JCF is creating problems and creating enemies out of its best servicemen. Now, and for you guys who think that this can't happen, you know, that this cannot happen, I want you all to remember a particular incident that happened in 2021 when 27-year-old Arville Purnell, a Jamaican who had killed a man in St. Lucia and was and had been arrested over there in St. Lucia, escaped from St. Lucia. Oh no, I don't mean escape because escape when you cut your way out. This man walked out of the Dabanu police station in Castries, St. Lucia. Just walked out. He disappeared completely, only to turn up in Jamaica when he was actually captured in Portland long after by the fugitive apprehension team. Or I'm not sure, I think it was CTAC who caught him. And then he was placed at the Central Police Station. And he was there for a while, and he just walked out again. Just walk out. Him not escape. Escape when you cut your way out, or dig your way out, or bore your way out. This man just walked out through the door. So I'm not sure if these 9 men were just gonna walk out or what, but however, that is the situation as planned. So I need to give you a little history about Orville Purnell. You see, this guy, you see, when he went to in that lockup at Central Police Station, he was there to be to go to an extradition hearing, and at that extradition hearing, they would see if he should be extradited back to St. Lucia to face that murder charge. But when he reached Central Lockup turned upside down. Well, you see, this guy, he is like a multimillionaire. I don't know how he made his money. I don't know. But money was like water to him. And he flooded the lockup with goodies. All kind of goodies. Phone cards, phones, food. I mean, the man would just order food for everybody on the cell block. And the policemen. But just feed everybody. And he got all the special treats you can think of, because he was on his best behavior. He was kind, he was courteous, he was gentle, and he seemed so soft. He is the guy, he just put everybody at ease. So it's like it come like a him run the lockup. The man will give police money to go on vacation. And you know the interesting thing about Orville Purcell while he was there, guess who was in the lockup with him? The one and only Dungargan Andre Blackman Bryan, the head of the Klansman gang, the chief murderer in Jamaica, probably the most bloodthirsty warmonger in the history of this country. And before Orville Purnell came in, it was Blackman who was running the whole place. He didn't even sleep in a cell. He sleep in a bed here in the center aisle, because every prisoner reported to him. And it's like he became like the orderly for the jail. He decided who clean where, and everything was kept in order. The police didn't have to do much work when Andre Blackman Bryan was there, because they could just sit down, the ladies could file their nails, and the men could just be on their phone, be on YouTube, talk to them girl, because Andre Blackman Bryan kept order. Then there come Orville Purcell, and Orville Purcell start flood the place with money. And what do you think happened? Nobody, no fault from Bryan again. Everybody gravitate to Orville. Blackman Bryan start to now try to reassert himself and try to show say him still relevant. But nobody now listen to him, because him can't flood the place with KFC. Him can't flood the place with Pizza Hut and Burger King. And when him start real, police put him in a place. Police start locking back down, because some of the man them start hit back and push back on him when him start to try to assert himself and say, listen, you in a killer badness, but Orville Purnell say a money badness, and a money badness we want here. So killer badness can't work, because you can't kill nobody in here so and not get caught. So here what? Money can run your so, and a money run your so, and a money badness we are dealing right now. So all of the pile of murderers in there turn them back from Bryan and gravitate towards Orville Purnell. So they loved the man and respected the man, check for him so much that the night when he was going to walk out of jail, he told everybody that I'm going to leave the lockup tonight. And I'm going to leave at X time and check and watch, all right. I'm going to leave at X time. And you see, when the evening before he left, he gave away shoes, he gave away watch, he gave away chain, he gave away all the little things that he had with him. He gave them away and said, you hold this, you hold that perfume, yeah, you hold them soap, yeah, you hold so and so, right? And he give who figure money. And even though everybody in the lockup knew that he was going to leave, nobody bust on him. Everybody have a phone, could have called out a road and say, I'm bust on him. And nobody did. And when the night when he was leaving, it was jubilation. Because him get clapping and thing, it was jubilation in the air. So that was the charm and charisma of Orville Purnell. And to this blessed day, Orville Purnell has not been caught. But the story doesn't really end there, because to this blessed day, the three men who were on duty at the lockup, they are still on interdiction from 2021 until now. So it's 3 years plus. And we don't know when they're going to come off interdiction or when they may return to duty or what. But they got a cool $1 million apiece. And because it was $3 million a year for that to happen. So I hope those policemen sooner or later will hear their fate, and hopefully something will be done to alleviate their situation, whatever it is. But here's the funny thing about this jailbreak. If you look at the Central Police Station lockup, this is the lockup. As you can see, it is right at the corner of Sutton Street and Hanover Street. And next to the lockup is the CTAC office, one of the most elite, probably the most prestigious and elite department branch of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Their house right here next to the lockup. And they didn't even have the intelligence, information to know that this was going to happen. And I don't think CTAC even know what I know. So for this elite branch of investigators to not even know what I on the street here know, it's surprising. I mean that they are really lacking. They probably need my help. He was able to come out of the lockup. He didn't go through the front gate because they didn't want anybody at the guard room, station guard room at the front to see him. So he cut through between the lockup and the CTAC building and went over the fence and fell right on Hanover Street where somebody picked him up. And he must have had some kind of rope or something, because you see, this is at least a 15-foot drop. So, I don't know, but the car was waiting and everything worked out just fine. For Orville Purnell, that is. Now, I'm saying, guys, we don't want these bloodthirsty murderers to escape, one. And I don't even want any of my police personnel to really get themselves involved in this. Because I check for the police. And I'm saying one of the worst things you can do to your police force is to let them feel disgruntled or feel unwanted. And all in a check for are the big neck man in the khaki clothes. This is what will cause these men to go rogue. So I'm asking the senior ranks in the police force to look into two things. Try to pay particular attention to what is going to happen or what was said to happen at the Central Police Station lockup, one, and look into reinstating the acting corporal rank into the force, because remember, a lot of the men who are getting money, some of them are getting increments which would equal them to a corporal, which is the lowest rank now. But them just don't have a stripe. And these men feel like wasters, and you cannot have your policemen feeling like wasters. Give them one little stripe on them, show them and feel like say them at somebody. Give it to them. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.